Alright, it says we're live.
Lies and slander.
God, let's hope it is alright this time. Oh, there we go. Alright. Apologies if you're watching this video and we're both staring off into space. We're just having nothing but technical problems today. Because why not?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't we? Okay, you ready to give this another shot?
Yep.
Alright, let's get started here in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to now our third attempt at recording this latest episode of The Bonding of Moonpir, Boston Rebirth. I'm your host, Boston, and joining me for the 50th episode is Moonpir.
Hello.
Let's dive right into the weekly dailies.
Yep.
the week of dailies. As mentioned in our other failure episodes, I have recorded some notes here for the first and probably last time. Tuesday had a really cool daily I liked that started out really slow. It's just a regular Isaac run. I wrote down that I finished Boss Rush after 30 minutes. It took over 10 minutes, but it gave me Tech X, and one of the first few items we picked up was Spoonbender.
Yeah. That's... I'm kind of mad now, because if I remember right, my Tuesday run was not a great run. I don't even think I made it to, like, Mom, let alone Boss Rush. But yeah, that's... I do love a good Tech X and Spoonbender.
Well, and to add on top of it, you also turned in a Guppy, and you had Continuum. So it was basically Tech X shooting, you know, across the screen 2 or 3 times for the rest of the thing.
Yeah, that's kind of an overpowered run.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm kind of sad that I messed up so bad on Tuesday now.
Yeah, it was one of those runs where it's like if you could just sort of get lucky and not get hit long enough, you could do really well, but the first 20 minutes was really rough.
Yeah. It's worth mentioning as well, Monday, I'm surprised you didn't make a note for Monday, basically saying Moonpir is a big cheat.
Oh, there it is, yeah. I wrote, Moon uses sacrifice room, question mark?
Yep, because on Monday I missed, I think it was the same floor as Mom, so it was on Mom's floor, because it was only a Mom daily.
Yeah.
And I think I was getting towards Mom, and then the time ticked over from 20 minutes, and I was like, well, I've missed Boss Rush. Boston's definitely got Boss Rush, because that's what Boston does. Turns out you didn't.
Yeah, I wrote down, missed Boss Rush due to super slow run.
Yep. And my thoughts was, well, I've got almost 2 rows of Spirit Hearts here. Let's just go into this sacrifice room and hope it teleports me to either the chest or Sheol.
Yeah.
And oh boy, did I get to Sheol, and oh boy, did I die in the second room. But 20,000 points is enough to take me past you in that case, so yeah. I am happy.
Oh, man. Wednesday, we had a pretty normal Azazel run. Thursday is the other run that I really like. The Samson run, that the very first item you pick up is Teleport 2.0, which I always call Golden Teleporter.
What does that do? Because I always avoid the teleporters.
So, it's really good, and I never get to use it the way you're supposed to, except for this daily, which meant I totally missed Boss Rush, but I was fine with it. So, Golden Teleporter... So the regular teleporter just teleports you to a random room. What Golden Teleporter does is it teleports you to a room you haven't been to yet.
So if you clear out the entire floor and use it, you can get into the secret room, you can get into the super secret room.
Yep. Most importantly, if you clear out both secret rooms and the whole floor and use it on the boss, it's a guarantee to get you into Devil Deal.
Oh, wow, that's...
If you've done that, which I did on the first floor, which was really great, if you also do that and you still have another charge, at that point, it's guaranteed for you to get into the error room, which I ran into 3 error rooms on one run, which I think is now my new record.
So the error room, anytime I get there, it's just a hole in the floor and the dude saying error.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of variants for the error room. It's always going to have at least one I am error guide, but sometimes it's like, well, you went in there and there's nothing except for 4 greeds and they're all, running down you. Sometimes you might get in there and there's like 30 cents or 4 pedestal items or 10 bombs.
Yeah.
You never really know, but it's usually at the very least neutral, if not really good.
Yeah. Interesting. I might have to give that a try next time I see 2.0.
Yeah, I feel like it's pretty rare. I don't know if it's a special item or not. It would make sense if it is.
I mean, I've seen it way more than I think I probably should have, but I never pick it up because I hate the teleporters.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're usually not really worth it.
No. The trinket's definitely not worth it, and the normal teleporter is definitely not worth it.
Yeah. It doesn't look like a special item, so I'm sort of surprised it's that rare.
I might have to give this a go next time I see it.
Yeah. And for the rest of the week, I didn't really have any notes. On Friday, got Holy Light and Chaos got me Beelzebub and Guppy.
Yep, but it was also a Lilith run, so Guppy was not great.
No. And then Saturday and Sunday were both sort of normal runs. Today's Maggie normal mode Mega Satan run was fine. I made it to Mega Satan and killed him, and that's about it.
You did. I didn't even make it to Mom today because I think it was just one of those runs where nothing was clicking for me. This week's been a rough week for me when it comes to the dailies. We were discussing it a little bit pre-show, but it's another one of those weeks like last week's flu-laden week where it's a case of I'm going to come home, do my Isaac daily, and then do chores while I have something on TV-wise.
Yep.
Other than that, I haven't really played a whole lot.
Actually, the thing I forgot was Saturday's daily run where I made it to like the second boss, and it was Pestilence in a small room, and I just got...
Yep.
I got trapped.
I was expecting to lose Saturday's run because I didn't have a great run, but then like when I go to post my score and you've got 3,000, I'm like, okay, I'll take it.
Yeah, exactly.
Which for those keeping score, so me, this week's was 5-2 to you. So you take a week back after like 5 weeks of losing.
I got one, yeah. So you did mention that you've had sort of a rough week. Did you get anything of note completed in Isaac this week?
Not really. Like I said, I haven't really had a whole lot of time to play anything, and when I have been playing stuff, you'll see on Proper Show, I was playing things with my wife. So
yeah, I sort of got the bug in me to live stream for some reason on Friday, so I played a live stream about 2 hours of Afterbirth Plus. Played the daily, played a couple of runs, but it's a fairly early point. Like, I'm still building the negative and the Polaroid on that save file.
Yeah.
But I did get 2 new items that I actually really liked. I picked up the Angelic Prism again, which is basically a prism that spins around you. When you shoot through it, it spits into like 4 or 5 different shots, and they're all rainbow colored.
That's kind of cool.
It was pretty cool, and I got the what is it called? The lightning tears.
Oh, the chain lightning thing, which those tears are a little ridiculous. Like I think I saw like I can't remember if it was like this mod for Isaac on PC or like a new deck or something with like frozen floors on it.
Oh yeah, someone's making a new... Anti-Birth was the big mod for Afterbirth, Vanilla Afterbirth. Yeah, what is this one called? Revelations? Something like that? Like the whole first 2 floors are frozen themed. Yeah,
and I saw the lightning effects on that the ad for that mod. Like they did like a little teaser ad for it, and I saw the lightning tears, and I thought, well, that's not overpowered at all.
Yeah. The two items I got a Devil Deal item called 7 Seals. And basically, it gives you little versions of each one of the Harbingers that follow you around and do appropriate things for each one of them. Like War
cool.
sort of hops on an enemy and kind of does, you know, like level 3, level 4 Meat Boy damage. The thing that eventually killed me is the least surprising thing. Almost all of them spit out flies.
Okay.
But they're all different weird colors. So it was a lot of fun where it's like, okay, well, what does this fly do? And I eventually...
Was one of them an explosive fly by any chance?
100%. You played Isaac long enough to know that there has to be a downside to something that sounds so powerful. The orange flies I found were explosive and eventually killed me, which sounds about right.
It's everything that has anything to do with explosives in that game, unless you have the host hat or pyromaniac. You're done.
What's weird is I think I ran 4 runs and 2 of them had host hat, which
that's kind of cool. I wonder if they've upped the rarity of it.
Is either that or I just don't have enough stuff unlocked. I'm not sure. But
yeah, that's
sort of weird. And the other item that I picked up from the shop is it looks like a cardboard box with like someone crying out of the side of it, and I was like, well, all right, let's just pick this up and see what the hell this thing is. And it's probably my new favorite item, not because it's good, but it's called Buddy in a Box.
Tell me like some weird Isaac version of Snake comes out of it.
No, that'd be great. No, what it is every floor it spawns a new baby as you're familiar. So I actually get to see all those babies that are unlocked.
Stupid co-op babies.
Yeah. For that reason alone, I love that item. It wasn't very good. Just because the level of damage the babies did was very, very low. But for one floor, I got to have a sun floating around behind me shooting yellow tears. So that was
okay. I was curious. That just made me think. What's the limit on followers, like the familiars and stuff like that?
I don't think there is one. I mean, because however much RAM you have in your machine, I guess.
Yeah, because at one point I think it was when I first started playing. Like I was looking into Lilith, like Lilith things, and how like I think maybe on the older versions of the game, like the maximum number of like familiars was like 9, and then if you continued to spam the duplicate familiars thing, then it would just get rid of like the earliest ones.
That's right, I forgot about that. Yeah.
But this on the dailies this week when we had the Lilith run on Friday, I think I had a good 30 familiars following me behind.
Yep.
So I was curious because I was doing boss rush with Lilith, and I took a clip because it's just hilarious. It looks like I'm playing Snake, like on on Isaac, because it's just a huge, massive line. They like looped around each other like twice. It was ridiculous.
Man, you got this like curtain of death following behind you.
And especially when one of them is the laser beam guy. Works out quite nicely.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Yeah, I ran a whole bunch of runs, but that was sort of... I unlocked Blue Baby, but I did a Blue Baby run, and shockingly, it went incredibly poorly.
Yeah.
And I transformed into Dark Judas, and then that went pretty poorly. So it's a sort of thing when you are first starting out with a new Isaac save, where it's like, I just got to get through whatever I can.
Yeah, it's actually, I was talking with something I probably should have mentioned last week, but last week was flu week, so no.
Yeah.
I was talking with T-Bomb Rocks. Like, T-Bomb was talking to me about the game and how he's not too sure how to get back into it and how to get good at it and how to get deeper into the game. Right. So I was trying to get a feel of where he's up to, and I love you, T, so I'm gonna laugh at this point, and I do apologize for laughing. It's nothing. It's not me making.
We've all been there before.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I was asking him how he's doing. He's like, "Oh, I can get up to like the second or third boss consistently."
Oh, like, okay.
So by second or third boss, are you talking about like, you know, Mom's Heart?
Right.
that kind of thing. It was
It
like,
lives yet.
and he was like, "Oh no, I mean like the second or third boss on the floor, like so the third floor." At which point I was like, "Okay, you want to know how to get into the game and how to get better? Just play.
Yeah, just keep playing more.
Play it, keep playing it. You'll know you're starting to make progress once you've beat Mom a couple of times, and you see that message that says the game just got harder. Yay!"
Yeah.
That's kind of literally, especially that early in the game. I was explaining to him that early in the game, it's just a case of do 2 runs a day. It'll take you less than 20 minutes each run, easy. Just do a couple of runs, you'll start unlocking stuff, and then once you start unlocking things, that's when you start to really make headway through it, and then that's when the runs change from like 30 minutes to do 2 to like 30 minutes on a bad run.
Right. Yeah, and you start filling out your post-it notes, and you start figuring out boss patterns and stuff. Yeah, that's the hard part for I feel like a lot of people that are just starting out in Isaac, which is, you know, like, I can get pretty far, like, what do I do? And it's like, you gotta start, you just have to keep playing. Start unlocking more characters. Those will give you a better idea of, you know, some of your goals. Ignore greed mode for a really long time, and just kind of keep playing.
Yep. The game is a lot deeper than you think when you first start playing it.
Yeah.
But to get to that depth, you just got to put a little bit of time in, and then you'll get there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so stick with it. Isaac will still be here.
Yeah, 500 hours later, it's still here for me.
Yeah, exactly. And on that note, that's our episode for this week. Thank you so much for listening and watching. And thank you, Moonpir, for joining me almost a year trapped in the basement.
Yep, 2 more weeks to go.
Yep, until...
Get a little cupcake.
Yeah, a little cupcake with 1 candle in it.
Yep.
Alright, thank you so much for listening. We'll see you all next week.
Bye-bye.
And thanks for watching the video. Bye!